Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX. I'm Michael and I'm Sally is not here as she's not feeling well. Boo hoo. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair defeat Secret Hervice and Michin and Bfab in a number one contenders tag team match. The Wyatts defeat Berto, Sabin, Johnny Gargano and Montez. Andrade and Fenix defeat Fraxiom, and Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso defeat Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo. Now, if you want to know why it was all tag teams and what the hell was going on, please watch on. By the way, am I getting extra for this because she's not here? What do you mean I'm not getting paid anyway? Me, oops. Day one, it's just me, oops. Day one. Oh, hello, sorry. So, Tiffany Stratton selects her opponent for Evolution. Drew Mack is back, and if you like a tag match, you are going to love this week's SmackDown. So, we're not messing about tonight as Solo is attacked from his car window by Jacob. JC and Tonga, I think, try to stop him, but also suffer. Nick Aldis and his backstage hands make the save as we then head to ringside and await the King of the Ring, Cody Rhodes. And of course, he isn't wearing his crown. He asks what the crown stands for, and after a little history lesson of past winners, he adds it stands for where we're going. SummerSlam to face John Cena. It's then that Cody's interrupted by Randy Orton. Orton said that before King of the Ring he had said he wouldn't hesitate, but at King of the Ring he did hesitate, whereas Rhodes didn't. Orton then says he wants Rhodes to promise him that he'll go to SummerSlam and kick John Cena's butt. The pair are then interrupted by a returning Drew McIntyre. Drew enters the ring saying that Rhodes was relentless on Orton's back during their match at King of the Ring, and that when Orton had the chance to punt him, he didn't do it. As far as Drew's concerned, the legend of Randy Orton is dead. Drew then turns to Rhodes, telling him he wants him to win at SummerSlam so he can rip the title from Cody's hands, adding that he won't hesitate like somebody else. Of course, we then get an RKO from Orton to Drew. Backstage and from earlier, we see Nick Aldis offering Charlotte Flair a tag team number one contenders match. Her team versus Hervice and Bfab and Michin. If her team win, then they get a tag title shot at Evolution. Flair says tag team partner, when who should appear next to her but Alexa Bliss. Bliss tells Flair she doesn't want to be friends, but they should be tag partners. Flair tells Bliss not to get in her way. We then see an irate Drew telling Nick Aldis he wants Randy Orton. Aldis tells Drew that he's left the building, but he can have him next week at Saturday night's main event. As Drew turns away, Jacob approaches him. The two look at one another before McIntyre heads off. Aldis tells Fatu he can't go around attacking Solo and his crew, adding that if he finds himself a partner, then he can have two of them later in the ring. Wonder who he's going to pick. Aldis and Fatu part company when Jimmy Uso, who else, appears. Jimmy asks if he needs a partner. Jacob retorts, "You ready to get in where you fit in?" Jimmy yeets, and we have a new tag team. Surprise, surprise. So, first match of the night, Secret Hervice, Alba Fire and Piper Niven with Chelsea Green versus Michin and Bfab versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss that we didn't see coming a mile off. We begin with Bliss and Michin and Piper, but Bliss strays too close to Flair, who tags in, but then proceeds to get knocked out the ring with Bliss coming over to her. Michin dives out at the pair, Niven cannonballs Fab and Michin from the apron, and then Fire dives from the top rope on to everyone. When we get back in the ring, B-Fab is taking it to Niven and Flair, with Flair then pushed towards her corner. Bliss tags in and destroys everyone, but just as she's about to pull the trigger on Fab being Sister Abigail, Michin stops her with a super kick. Fire then hits a Canadian destroyer on Michin, but surely that should be called a Scottish destroyer. Anyway, things descend into chaos with Flair spearing Niven and then dragging her over to Fire as she readies a moonsault to the pair. As Flair climbs the turnbuckle, she pats Bliss on the head, therefore making the tag, and then lands the moonsault. Flair then gets distracted by Green on the apron, but it doesn't matter as Bliss was tagged in via the pat on the head mere seconds ago. Bliss, now the League of Woman, hits Twisted Bliss on Fire and Piper and then covers Fire for the 1, 2, 3. Flair hugs Bliss after the match, but very fleetingly. Backstage we see Nick Aldis speaking with the tag teams and berating them for getting involved in last week's big title match. The outcome is Fraxiom taking on Andrade and Fenix later. Aldis then makes another match. One member of each tag team will team up and take on the Wyatts later in an 8-man tag. Yay. That match is actually next, and representing the heroes are Berto, Gargano, Sabin and Ford. Berto starts well, but then things descend into chaos as all 8 men brawl. Ford dives out of the ring at Rowan, who catches him and sends him towards Loomis, who then super kicks him. After the break, Ford is suffering at the hands of Loomis, but manages to bring in Sabin, with Loomis tagging in Gacy. Rowan then enters the fray and clears house, but Sabin hits him with a DDT and stuns the Giant momentarily. With Rowan down, Gargano looks for the tag, but then notices that Eric has recovered. Gargano has second thoughts and jumps down from the apron, leaving Sabin to suffer an Iron Claw and pin. We have a vignette from Julia next, saying whoever's next to step closer so they can feel the heat of beautiful madness. Now, I just want to interrupt myself. If you think I'm doing a sterling job on my own, I'm not asking for a sub, just a like. Just press it or click it. That's all I want. And if you do, we will and I will appreciate it. Tiffany Stratton is in the ring next, and she's going to announce who she's going to face at Evolution. Ash is about to tell us Jade Cargill heads out. Cargill says she's going to win at SummerSlam, with Stratton then saying she has a surprise, and out walks Trish Stratus. Stratton offers Trish the chance to take her on at Evolution for the title, and to cut a long story short, Trish accepts. Now, ain't no way Trish is winning that title. So why did Io pick Rhea? Surely she could have picked somebody easier, which we did discuss on Raw. If you're going to give somebody a title shot, just pick somebody that you know you can beat. Anyway, we'll hear from Solo next as he welcomes the newest member to the family, Tala Tonga. Excuse me if I've got that wrong. Solo says he and JC will take on Jacob and Jimmy later, and that his MFT, My Family Tree, is now complete. Thank goodness for that. So fingers crossed there's no Bloodline 5.0, because I don't think, as I've said before, there's anybody left in Samoa. They're all over here wrestling in WWE. Trish is then seen casually walking through backstage when Jade Cargill appears and says if she wins at Evolution, she'll be seeing her at SummerSlam. Stratus replies, then I'll be seeing you at SummerSlam, and walks off. As she goes, Jade is attacked from behind by Naomi, with Naomi telling Jade she should have proceeded with caution. Aldis comes to the aid of Jade, with Cargill saying she wants Naomi. Next up, Fraxiom take on Andrade and Fenix. There are a lot of kicks to begin with before all 4 men end up in the ring duking it out, with Fraxiom winning out and producing their dive train. When we come back from the break, things have calmed down and we're in the ring with Fraser in control of Ray. Axiom then gets a cover after a double team, with Fenix then tagging Andrade and Axiom likewise to Fraser. Fraser meets the 3 amigos before Andrade tags Ray back in, who frog splashes Fraser and covers for 2. Fenix goes high, but Fraser follows and superplexes him back down, with Axiom then hitting Ray with a golden ratio and covering. He tagged in while Fraser was climbing the ropes. The cover is only for 2 as an Andrade makes the save. After another break, we see Andrade cover Fraser for 2 after a running knees in the corner, and then another 2 after the missed moonsault, standing moonsault. He needs to stop that, he never hits it. Fraxiom then tag and re-tag as Axiom Spanish flies Andrade from the top rope, with Fraser following him with a Fenix splash. The cover 2 as Fenix made the save. Andrade then hits his spinning elbow to Fraser, while Fenix says adios amigo to Axiom. Andrade follows up with the message and covers Fraser for the 1, 2, 3. We see Damien Priest in the back telling Aleister Black that he has a match with R-Truth next week on SmackDown, with tension rising between Black and Priest as they part. Last match of the night, Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo. Solo tags out straight away, leaving JC to suffer at the hands of Fatu, with Jimmy also getting in on the action. Solo tags back in and then hits a spinning solo on Jimmy and then mocks Fatu's shaky shaky before tagging JC back in. Mateo misses a corner attack, allowing Jimmy to Samoan drop him, with both then making the tag and bringing in their partners. Solo and Fatu exchange blows in the middle of the ring, with Fatu winning out and punishing Solo with mounted headbutts in the corner. JC comes to help, but Fatu dishes out the super kicks and hip attacks both of his opponents before swantoning Solo and covering. JC breaks the cover on 2. After Jimmy takes out JC, Fatu posts himself, allowing Solo to line up a Samoan spike. Only Fatu ducks it and hits an Impaler DDT, followed by a moonsault. Fatu then covers his former leader and gets the victory. After the match, Fatu puts Solo on the announcer's desk, ready to leap from the top rope, but he's saved when Talatonga chokeslams Jacob down to the mat. Jimmy comes back to stop any further attacks, but Tonga Loa then enters the ring, taking out Jimmy. Jimmy then suffers a tour of the islands, with Fatu not only taking a Samoan spike, but also a powerbomb through the announcer's desk by Talatonga. SmackDown goes off the air with Bloodline 4.0 standing tall over a broken Jacob Fatu. Now I'm hoping we're not going to go through all this Bloodline finishing SmackDown again like we did last time. But I think that Jacob, I'm just talking to myself here because nobody else here, I just think Jacob is going to need more than Jimmy Uso in his corner if he's to overcome these odds. Because he is in a world of trouble. Because you've got Tama Tonga to come back yet. Now, is there going to be an Uso reunion? Because I think he's going to need it. Is Roman coming back? I mean, I don't know who's going to help Jacob, but he's going to need help because he cannot take on them 5. Simple as that. So anyway, if you do want to say something, then please stick it in the comment section down below. It's just down there somewhere. Don't forget to also check out our musings video where we'll discuss this past week in WWE and Night of Champions. A new one drops every Wednesday. Thank you very much for watching, if you did watch and you did put up with me, and hopefully I haven't put you off enough that you won't come back for Tuesday for Raw.